right, let's get into it. The finals of the midseason Mayhem, Genesis versus G2 Esports. Let's go down to the field where I think our commentators might be a little bit excited. It is Wave Punk and Finable Carpet. Take it away, gentlemen.
A little bit excited doesn't begin to say it. We are pumped for the finals of the midseason Mayhem. We've got G2 versus Gfinity, the battle of the Gs. It's going to be great. Gibbs thinks it's going to be G2. James thinks it's going to be Genesis. What's it going to be? What do you think, Carpet?
That was a lot.
Oh, yeah.
I only absorbed half of what you just said.
Said a lot of Gs, you know.
First of all, chat, why would you listen to Gibbs? There's literally no point listening to Gibbs.
They wanted him to keep streaming.
He wants Wasteland. We see Wasteland normally.
So let it be written, so let it be done. Gibbs decreed.
No.
And it became into being.
Stop listening to Gibbs.
No.
I know he's like, Gibbs. Anyways.
He has a baby. He has children.
Do
it for the children. Do it for the children.
I might have children one day. I can't play that card.
You can play it when you have the children.
Anyways, we're excited, as you guys can tell. We're super excited. Me and Waypunk are going to join you in the finals. Let's see who takes it.
It's going to be a wild ride with G2 in the blue, Genesis in the orange, here on Wasteland. I'm excited. This map just feels like you need demolitions on it. Like, I feel like explosions need to happen on this map. I hope they play a little bit more violently in this one. They're going to play it up to midfield. Legenio watching this one go into Bully. Espeon in gold does not get the touch, and Espeon gets the clear over into the corner. Over0 keeps that pressure on. Kernovi drop it down, tries to, but it's going to be going high. Legenio comes in, but does not get the touch, and Classics will put it up to midfield. Here comes Genesis on the offense.
G2 with wide rotations. They're not getting in each other's way. We see right there a little bit Legenio and Over0 both going for the same save, but it was still a good clear.
Pluto will be falling back as Kernovi tries to play it into Genesis' half. A nice setup from Over0, but Legenio does not have the air to get that one. Kernovi going to try and drop it towards the net. A nice soft touch. Cannot get in the air as Pluto, and that's the first goal on the board for G2.
Kernovi so far has been keeping up quite a lot of pressure. We see him coming in the corner, getting underneath this. Actually a really nice tight angle. Pluto getting caught, trying to turn around a net, but not doing it in time, and it just kind of rolls in.
That Dark Matter boost carrying him to a goal here. 409. Left to go in game number 1. Now Genesis looking to tie it up. They come off the wall. Classics and Over0 going for the exact same move, but Classics was just a bit faster, able to get that one over Over0. Now Espeon dropping it towards Pluto, who does not make a touch. Now to leave it with Legenio, who puts it up to Kernovi. A nice play. It's going to loft towards the goal. Can Espeon get there? He does. He puts it over into the corner. See if he can push this one out of his own half.
I like the smart place. We saw a great pass from Kernovi, and Legenio wanted to go up for it, but he actually stayed grounded. He knew he was going to get beat to it, so he didn't waste his boost. They're trying to play patient, but still stay aggressive.
Pluto up to Classics, dropping it towards Espeon. The team plays for Genesis. The play going just a bit wide there, but Espeon keeping that pressure on as a nice lofter. Can Classics get up? He's getting raced by Kernovi, and it's going to drop back towards the box. Legenio now trying to play it away. He and Over0 will pinch it into the corners. Espeon falls back and will cut this one off. Does not get the cut. It drops in front of the box, but no G2 player. Oh, Kernovi comes from the back. It looked like it was out of play, but Kernovi finishes it off.
I have absolutely no idea how this went by. So many cars. Legenio underdoing it. Pluto underdoing it. Then Classics and Espeon both flying through it. Over0 not getting a touch. And Kernovi, somehow the only one not confused by what was going on, giving them a 2-point lead.
Kernovi just like, man, okay, none of you know how to play Rocket League? Fine, I'll just do it myself here. He makes it a 2-point game as G2 looking as dominant as they have looked all day. At the beginning of the day, everyone was doubting them. No one's doubting them now as they have yet to drop a map in the midseason Mayhem. And they are now in the corner. Espeon trying to play this one towards the goal. See if they can get some points on the board here. As Classics plays it around. He and Pluto are both in that corner. They'll be falling back. Let Espeon move up and challenge. He gets the 50-50 here at midfield. Over0 going to continue to keep it in the air. He and Kernovi try to move up together. And now Legenio and Kernovi falling back as Espeon plays it down the field. It's up at midfield. And now Classics and Pluto pinching it. Classics makes a turn, takes a shot, goes a bit wide. That'll leave it with Kernovi, puts it back out.
G2's a lot more spread than I'm used to seeing them so far this season, so this is looking really good. I'm enjoying seeing them actually try and play off of each other. They're not overcommitting for anything. They're actually staying grounded when they really think they're going to get beat out for it. It's a pretty good sign.
Legenio almost had a nice double tap to drop another goal in here for G2. But right now, still just a 2-goal game as Legenio puts it onto the backboard. Pluto tries to play it off. Legenio almost has an awesome shot, but just barely going to go off the corner. Over0 does not win the touch with Pluto. And Genesis right now, though, as much as they're able to kind of get some hard clears, they're having trouble maintaining ball control in the enemy half. There's another shot, just barely blocked away by Classics, who gets bumped into goal by Kernovi. Now Espion looking to make the full court carry in the air here, just doing it all himself. Can't quite get it there. Over 0. Oh, what a shot from Classics, picking it off the touch from Espion.
The air dribble from Espion actually worked out in his favor. Usually those are a little risky because they get read well, and it did get read by Over 0, but the bounce, unfortunately for him, went straight off the side, giving Classics an angle.
Giving him an excellent angle. He's been hitting crazy stuff all day, and now it's a 1-point game with 1:43 left to go. See who wins the kickoff. It's very neutral off of both of a double cheat up. And Lachinio gonna go for an air carry of his own now, carrying it across, interrupted by Espion. No one there to finish it off just yet as Kronovi comes up from the backfield, presses it towards the goal. It's a nice pop to put it past Classics, but Espion is also in the backfield. Be able to play it past Kronovi. 50-50 with Over 0. Gonna kind of drop it towards the midfield. Now Classics. Not sure what to do. He's actually just gonna kind of hang out, let Pluto play it over the top. Probably should have fallen back, because this has left a very wide backfield right now for Genesis. But Classics putting it in the corner. Looking to play it down to Espion. Plays it across that midfield line. Over 0 is there. Pluto comes up, loses the 50-50. It's in the corner, but Classics able to get it past with 1 minute remaining in game number 1. Genesis still looking for that tying goal.
Genesis trying their best. You know, they're following each other's touches up really nicely. A lot of times you see Classics come off that back wall. He doesn't even have to look for a teammate. He really just hits it off the back wall, and there's always going to be somebody there to follow up to get the second touch before G2 can contest.
Kronovi to Over 0. The pass plays had an opportunity to extend their lead with 35 seconds remaining. They're still only up by 1. So still very much within the grasp of Genesis. They played over Lachinio, who's on that back line. Espion can't quite get grounded to get another touch. Kronovi plays it away, but here's another opportunity. Can Pluto get the angle? So close as Over 0 was grounded. That would have been in if he could have just gotten the touch. But now it's on the orange half here with 15 seconds remaining. Classics tries to play it up. It's Pluto in the air. He misses again, and now Espion will have to push it across the midfield line. Can he and Classics carry this one? It's Kronovi in net. It plays it out the backboard. Espion pushes it over to the side with that touch. We'll probably stay here on the ground, and that'll be the end of game number 1. G2 staying in form, continuing their run here.
I am impressed with how they've been playing. It's something I've been waiting to see out of them all season.
Yes.
Staying spread apart, getting the plays they need, not overcommitting for anything, trying to preserve their boost for when they needed to retreat. Genesis got a little overwhelmed by pressure, but to be fair, it's a Gibbs map pick. I probably would have lost on it too.
Oh, for sure, for sure. Yeah, that is clearly the problem. Also, there's just been no celebrations, like coordinated celebrations, the whole midseason mayhem. G2, Genesis, guys, come on. You have to do this. It's really important to me. Anyways.
Do it for him.
Do it. If you're doing things for Gibbs, might as well, whatever. Anyways, G2 taking map number 1. Octagon will be map number 2. What does Genesis need to change up here?
Well, Genesis, from what I saw in Octagon, it seems to fit their play style. They do like to spread out, get a couple of really good passes. We see Espion, a fantastic striker, but Classics getting in the way of everything. I think the widespread map is going to kind of mess with both G2 and Genesis's play style. The ball has to make a lot more ground before it's going to get to your teammates, especially if you're cheating up for it. But I've actually been really enjoying watching teams trying to adapt to the interesting shape that is the Octagon map.
Absolutely. And y'all made, I think it was you and Leaf that made the point that the boosts are so, because the map's so wide and the boosts are only on the edge, if you're in the middle and you're low on boost, you're kind of really stranded there.
Yes.
So it's going to be interesting to see how they manage their boost here on map number 2. Looking to hopefully see Pluto step it up a little bit. He had some missed touches there in game number 1. Maybe he'll be able to kind of tighten up his play here in game number 2. Classics pinches that one over to Espion, who carries it off of the ceiling. Pluto now coming up with a nice shot there. Kronovi blocks it away. Can they finish it off? Not going to happen just yet, but an excellent team play there from Genesis.
Pluto trying to redeem himself from those couple missed touches, but starting off really quickly, keeping the pressure on those shots, showing that they can still put on the threat to G2.
That was a strange double whiff there from Pluto and Kronovi. Classics tries to play it back over to Espion, sets something up here, and Pluto will be able to pinch it up to midfield. Classics goes up to challenge, but Kronovi was there first. It's Espion in the backfield. He's still on the ground as Overzeal sends it in, and there's a goal on the board for G2.
Genesis getting a little clumped up, especially in a map so big. You generally you want to try and spread out, and G2 just getting a counterattack. One guy back in net. You're not going to really want it in a 2v1 against G2.
31 seconds is all it took for G2 to get back on the board here. They've won 7 games straight in the midseason mayhem. They're looking to make it 8. See if they can just make the 9-game run to $4,000. So Overzero sends that one towards the net. Lachinio not able to get the shot as Classics will clear it back in the direction from whence it came. Now Espion with the breakaway to tie up the game. Excellent placement there. We got a game.
This is exactly what I meant by having to spread around the field. You see this touch? It doesn't get contested as quickly because the map's so large. G2 is spread out. They all tried to overcommit. They wanted to get the shot, which I actually really enjoy because it gives teams a little bit more time to try and get some cool passing plays.
Yeah, I would really like to see them just utilize all this open space. There's so many directions you can take the ball. Let's see what they can do with it here as Kronovi tries to dribble it straight towards his teammate. That leaves it with Espion as it bounces off of the two of them. He has an opportunity here to score. He gets it past Overzero and gets the lead for Genesis.
We talk about Espion being a strong striker, but he's a strong dribbler as well, taking the 2v1. Getting underneath it, waiting patiently for the second touch, touching it so gently to the left, and then getting a third touch right over a defender.
I can hear James Bott's soccer mom celebrations from here. He's so proud of his boy right now with 4:04 left to go. First minute come and gone now. Genesis with the lead in game number 2 here on Octagon. It's Classics now carrying this one. Doesn't get all the touches, but Overzero not going to get it past Espion in the backfield. Classics looking to drop a crazy angle. Can Espion finish this off? So close to finishing that one. And Pluto will hang back. Here's the back pass from Classics. And bounce off those corners. G2 looking to just try and get this one out of their own half, see if they can kind of set up some sort of offense here. They are down by 1.
You cannot utilize these walls the same way. We see them trying to clump together, bounce it off a wall and follow through. But the way the angles just put the ball, it's really hard to follow up.
Lachinio trying to pinch that one around. Kronovi in the air, but Classics will beat him out. Now Overzero able to drop this one, trying to see if he can finish it off. It's been a solid offensive from G2s. They shoot up for 90, able to find it and tie up the game.
The nice gentle lob from Lachinio. He sees this goes unanswered, both Overzero and Pluto not getting the touch. He gets up above, reading the bounce so well, and then also lobbing it towards the top of the net slowly. You probably could have shot a little bit faster, but luckily the person in net was just too unprepared.
Yeah, I think the shot placement was just perfect there. Worked out for him very well. As Pluto tries to play this one off. Espion back to Pluto. Nice small passing from Genesis. The tie game, 3 minutes in here. We'll see if they are able to push this one back around, get that lead back, or if G2 will be able to continue their dominance as Kronovi just pushing it all the way around, able to take another shot. It was all Kronovi all the way, and there's the lead back for G2.
This is the overwhelming I'm talking about. We see Classics in net. He sees Overzero. He's like, oh, wait, Overzero.
Yep.
Nope, never mind. Kronovi instead. Coming in, following up his own pass.
Classic backboard play from G2. Pulling it out here, getting the lead back in their favor right as we're approaching halftime. They're looking to extend it now as they are on offense again. Lachinio looks to drop an angle towards Classics, but he plays it up towards the midfield line. Kronovi over to Lachinio. Espion to Classics. Look at this play. They're able to put it in and tie it up again.
This is exactly what I mean with Octagon. Look at the room he has. Pluto sees Classics way up there. Lachinio, Kronovi, and Overzero trying to close that gap, but it's just too much ground to cover. And Classics with the incredible redirect.
Excellent play. Game number 2 so close right now as Genesis just hangs right in there. So we're approaching halftime. There it goes. Classics looking. Set up Espion here. Espion's in the air, but Lachinio was as well. It'll go to the side. Pluto now pressuring. Overzero puts it away. Across the midfield line, but Classics shuts it down. Good midfield defense right now. Coming through for Genesis. As Classics goes to get some demos. Gets one onto Lachinio in the backfield, but the ball was up at the midfield line. He will respawn before Espion can take a shot. He's able to put that one through, but Lachinio does get the clear. Pluto comes through. Kronovi shuts it down. A very critical touch there from Kronovi.
2 very close attempts from Genesis. G2 just getting there in time, though.
Oh, Kronovi drops it on the backboard. A very close one. 1:48 left to go. It's still tied up. Espion will wrap this one around the wall. Lachinio plays it into the middle, and Pluto puts it high. Kronovi's up for this one, able to get it across that midfield line, dodging another bullet, but Classics again from that midfield. He's able to continually pressure from the midfield defense, just not even allow the ball get near his goal.
Which is got to be difficult to do. This map is so large. He really has to make sure he's conserving his boost correctly.
Oh,
Kronovi!
Barely making that save there, but it was critical. It keeps us here to tie game with 1:19 left to go. Espion on the wall. Looking to see if he can get another carry. Playing clever, putting a flip in there. And Pluto puts it back into midfield. It's just Lachinio in the back, but he's all alone, able to clear it back across that midfield line. Final minute of gameplay approaching, still tied. Espion Gets it past Kronovi. Over towards the corner. It goes high. Classics decided to fall back, let Lichinio play it off the wall. Over to Kronovi. Across the line. There's Pluto. With 50 seconds remaining, Classics puts it in to what would be the corner. There's a lot of corners on Octagon. Lichinio tried to take a shot, but Pluto with a nice backflip save. 38 seconds left. He puts it behind the goalies, and G2 has the lead.
What happened here? I actually need to watch what the defender shows it here. Pluto getting the touch to the side. Kronovi taking the shot nice and low. Oh, I think he tried to.
It was Lichinio bumped the goalie too.
Oh, was there a bump?
I think there was. It was a kind of a confusing camera angle, I agree, but it looked like Lichinio pushed one of the goalies out of net. Which either way, G2's got the lead. They might make this another 8-game streak. Can they continue this on? This would be just quite the dominating run. Got 30 seconds left. Classics puts it off the backboard. Espion couldn't quite get the shot. Kronovi with a nice redirect. Luckily, Pluto's back there for Genesis, or they would have been at a 2-goal deficit. Now Espion setting that one up high. Lichinio putting it onto the backboard. Espion has to Spider-Man clear this one away. 10 seconds remaining as Over Zero pressures this one, drops it towards the box. Lichinio plays it over his own hood, and now Classics and Pluto trying to scream this one up the field. Can they get the last minute, the buzzer beater equalizer? Not gonna happen. G2 has yet to lose.
I am loving watching both of these teams try and utilize all the space in Octagon. We saw some awesome plays, great redirects, a lot of space being utilized. Every now and then, the space got a little too overwhelming, and G2 was able to come out on top. And fisticuffs. Coming up next. Coming up next. My favorite.
Game 3. If G2 wants to have the completely clean tournament run, they're going to have to do it on Civilized Rumble. I am excited to watch where this one goes. That was a great game. Very, very even. We saw the lead change, I don't know, like 4 times, which is a lot for a Rocket League game. These guys playing right up there with each other and hanging in, not allowing any to ever get defeated when the other team has the lead and stuff. Man, this is exactly what you want out of a finals.
And I'm loving seeing the new maps. It really is making these teams kind of adapt slightly different play styles. They can't just use the standard bounces they're always used to seeing. They can't just do the same touches they're always used to seeing. It really does alter a lot of the gameplay, especially a map like this.
Yeah.
It's one of the least standard shaped maps we've had. It's so wide. It's got weird sided like angles on the walls. Harder to read, but overall, I think it promotes really cool team synergy.
Yeah, no, we saw so many plays there with them setting up Classics, setting up Espion. We saw some really solo plays from Kronovi and Espion as well. The way these guys are able just to utilize that space to free up themselves and to make themselves feel more comfortable with their dribbling and stuff. There's just so much more ground space to work with. But game number 3, fisticuffs on Urban Central. Oh, man.
It would be fitting to see fisticuffs be the deciding factor of this series.
I agree. As Espion drops one in, trying to get it going in the first 10 seconds. Classics takes another shot. Lichinio blocks it away. Blue has to play it over to the side before the abilities come out here. Oh, the freeze will deny Over Zero. Lichinio now trying to power hit that one. A defensive haymaker from Classics will put that one on the backboard. Pluto's in the air, does not get the touch, but oh my goodness, that one going very high. As Classics tries to play it away. Kronovi with the steal. The Spikes are going to slam it in.
This power hit to clear it across. I think that was Lachina. That was actually unbelievable considering Kronovi waiting the last second to pop the spikes and then just whirling it around that defender with so much finesse.
Oh my goodness, just took it right away from him. Not even allowing him to make a touch. Getting G2 immediately up in the first 30 seconds. Now Espion on the wall. Watch for abilities around 425. Look at that carry. That was a beautiful carry. Not quite completed though, and the plunger coming through for Lichinio goes just wide of the goal. Espion up on the wall, watches this one. Haven't seen many abilities yet from Genesis. That freeze trying to stop it, but Classics immediately pushes it through. Now Over Zero. Gets frozen very high. When it gets frozen this high, it's really hard to do something. I'm actually very impressed that Lichinio touched that one. Pluto tries to magnetize this one into the goal. And there's another magnet from Kronovi. He's actually holding on to this one. Espion also with a magnet, completely nullifying any touch from Kronovi. The ball just loses all of its momentum. And finally, the defensive haymaker there from G2 will push it around.
Saw a stalemate. Both Espion and Kronovi just trying to make sure the other one doesn't actually do anything with it.
Pluto's power hitter puts it out in the midfield, but Kronovi's power hitter bounces it straight off Over Zero. It might have been a goal, but at this point it's going to be saved. The power hitters and the magnets coming through. Lichinio going for the carry, trying to carry that one through. We've seen 2 excellent magnet carries today. Lichinio trying to add one to the number. Now Pluto in the corner. All bunched up here. Who's it going to be? It's going to be the plunger from Kronovi that makes it a 2-goal game.
Kronovi just sitting and waiting in net for his opportunity. He knew Overseer was going to clear that over. He just sat there. I'm just going to yank this right in. It is
That's mine.
a good portion of why you want to try and at least save something to defend, some kind of power-up, but it looks like just too many power-ups got used.
For sure, with 3:20 left to go, G2's up by 2. The 9-game run could be a real deal as they slam one in before abilities even come up. 3-0 for G2.
The normie goal, as much as I don't like seeing it in fisticuffs, we almost see a great second touch from Lucinio, but Kronovi following it up, Pluto trying to take it off the back wall, assuming it was going to be a little bit higher and more powerful. I guess to explain why people tend to wait on that back wall is it saves you a lot of boost, and you can technically get to the top of the net way faster.
For sure. G2 now looking in excellent form, poised to take this game. Classic's going to try and drop one in as well, but Lucinio's there. And there's Kronovi to try and put it up high. That freeze buy a lot of time here for Genesis as they fall back. The plunger from Overzero nullified by the touch from Pluto. The power hitter almost going to the net, but the freeze deny will send it away. It's still in a dangerous spot. He goes to demo Kronovi, who gets in the air before Classics can touch him. He does get the demo onto Lucinio, which buys a little bit of space. The spikes from Espion. He has an opportunity, but no, it's taken away by Kronovi. The plunger from Pluto almost pulls it all the way in and off of Espion, but they're still continuing to hold on here as G2 has kept completely shut out Genesis right now.
They have to be careful. We just saw them use I think almost all 3 power-ups while they were in G2's half, and they need to make sure they get back quick.
Lucinio in the air. He's going to miss that one. The pinch, I think it was probably a power hitter. Send that one away. Oh, and what is happening? The triple plunger. It doesn't quite go in. You saw all the G2 players right there in front of the goal to try and pull that one through. And the defensive haymaker from Pluto will send that one all the way around. Lucinio, nice backflip to clear it from his goal. Classics looking for a power hitter, drops it towards the net, and there's a grapple, completely denying the freeze from Espion. And it's going to go in from Pluto. What happened here?
Just a great shot from the side. It's really all it was. I don't even know if he had any power-ups. I don't think he had power hitter. He just waited for the power shot. Waited for it to come off the ground, get the bounce. Got a hard hit, 114 kilometers per hour.
I kind of wonder if he, maybe we just somehow missed that he didn't have power hitter, because that was really, really strong hit there.
that was wild.
Yeah, for sure. Sort of stuff that can just happen in Rumble here, and with 150 left to go, they've only down by 2. And they are threatening right now. Espion dropping that one into the box. Lucinio tries to pull that one away with a grapple, and Pluto tries to deny. The freeze literally on the ceiling. Can Overzero get to it? He's going to try and miss. It's going to be falling back down here as Classics pulls out the spikes, but the grapple. Such a clutch play there from Lucinio.
Overzero trying to go for that freeze ball, but there's really no point. It's going to drop down either way. Whatever touch he got would have been extremely weak, so he really just used about 100 boost.
Wow, you see that, man, look at this. So we hit the backflip power hitter from Espion. And then Kronovi uses the grapple at 0 range. Oh, and the freeze, but then Classics pulls it in, says, no, I don't care about your freeze. We're making it a 1-goal game.
Classics trying to do what Kronovi did to them a little earlier. He was just waiting in net as soon as the freeze happened. It was actually a well-timed freeze.
Yeah.
But Classics, he probably waited. He knew, it was if they have a freeze, they're going to wait until right about now. It's already going to go in net. Really smart of him to wait on that, because since it was already going into net, just save it.
And if he had used it right before the freeze would have denied him the plunger. Now Espion looking to do the air carry, see if he can tie up the game in style. Does not quite work out. Now Lucinio has the dribble. Can he put it in? It's just trying to drag it back. The freeze comes through for Genesis, but the plunger will nullify that. 2-goal game again.
Another plunger goal from Kronovi. I don't understand. He just, every time he sees it, he just makes a beeline for the net and just tries to suck it in.
He is so excellent with that play. And the freeze, 2 goals back-to-back where we see the freezes actually help set up a plunger goal. One on the side of Genesis, one on the side of G2, and with 55 seconds left, Genesis has got their work cut out for them. They got to work on it right now. As they are currently on defense, they need to be able to play this one out. They've gotten it past 2. There's only one back. It's Overzero, and he has exactly what he needs. The spikes to put him off to the side. He's got it stranded on the wall, but he's just buying time for his team. They just got to run this clock down, and now it's up across that midfield line. Kronovi bunches it high. Overzero follows along. Maybe has a haymaker of his own. Tries to drop it, and there comes another one. Oh, so close, going wide of the goal. Another one, keeping this speed up here. The haymaker's coming out on both sides. Again, it comes through, and the freeze will drop it just in front of the goal here. Pluto will play it away. 18 seconds remaining. They need a goal right now so they can equalize. The freeze in the top. Oh, a clutch grapple hook will drop it towards Pluto, and Espion from the back Final countdown. Can they put it in now? It's in their corner. They have to get speed on this, or G2 gonna be able to make the perfect run. Kronovi with the plunger again. That's the third one this game.
Someone check his game files. This is kind of insane. I've never seen so many plungers
That is
given to a
ridiculous.
single player in all of my Rumble days.
He has a hat trick just with plungers right now. They're up 5-2, 3 seconds left. Calling the dogs, put out the fire. G2 takes mid-season mayhem in 9 games flat.
A fitting end to a fantastic series. Fisticuffs, civilized Rumble, fighting to the end. We see a great showing from Genesis. They came so close. Some great games on some interesting maps. But congratulations, G2, taking it all the way, not losing a single game.
All the way home, jiggity jog. They're able to take that one through. Impressive play from G2, especially after the way that the season has begun. This has got to be a huge morale booster for them going into the second stage of league play. I'm excited to see if they're able to carry that momentum through. We'll be sending it back over to the analysts. And what do you guys got? That was incredible.
Oh, we're back. Sorry.
Oh.
Sorry. Just posting some selfies.
Oh, man.
Sorry.
Congratulations to G2 Esports. What a sweep that was. Kronovi plays a lot of Rumble. Let's look at the mobile one. High performance replay from that amazing showing from G2 Esports.
A lot of Rumble, an understatement. Kronovi was the team.
Well, is it hot in here or is it just Wasteland? I don't know. And Kronovi, super hot. 2 goals for him on Wasteland, getting both the goals. Classic had a great goal there, the great angle. Then we went to Octagon, and I thought Genesis was going to take this one with Espeon pulling off some moves, but G2 battled back and took the win again.
And they were very close games on the normal playlist. And then you see here, Kronovi finishing that one off the backboard again. Both game number 1 and number 2 were 1-goal games. And when G2 played Deception, those were all 1-goal games. But G2, they have proven that they are world class.
Yes, and Kronovi knows how to use power-ups. He had that great spike goal, and then plunger goal after plunger goal after plunger goal. Again, check his game files. There's way too many plungers, but
this has to be a huge boost for G2. I mean, this, even though we did have mutators and we did have Rumble, they had to play at least 6 normal matches on just different maps, even playing Genesis on Wasteland. And they didn't drop a single game.
And of course, Wasteland and Neo Tokyo are in the RLCS normally, so maybe like with all these wins that G2 are getting, maybe they start picking those maps, throw off these teams, because it seems like they can play on them. So we'll see, but great job by G2, not even dropping a game. Absolutely incredible.
Amazing showing. For those of you who missed it, let's take a look at the updated bracket so you can see exactly how the day unfolded. Yes, the G2 Esports show. They started out league play 0-3, but then they come into the midseason mayhem and they're 3-0ing everyone, starting with Deception, then Exodus, and then concluding with Genesis there at the end. Genesis making a great run on their own, getting all the way to the finals. I'm sure they're very happy about that. And I think that top 4 is pretty solid. G2 Esports, Exodus, Take 3, Genesis. So really exciting stuff here in the first midseason mayhem.
Yeah, like everyone showed up too, like a lot of game 5s. Just like Deception had to run into the G2 trainer early, so we didn't get to see a lot from them. But everyone else had like a lot of solid games on weird rules and stuff like that. Like it really shows these pros are really good at this game.
Yeah, especially some of the tactics employed by like Take 3 on Retro Utopia. They won both their games on that map, were successfully going through their own goal to defend and also disrupt the defense of the other team. So we got to see a lot of really great series go to 5 games. But G2, I just wouldn't, again, a situation where I expect them to be the underdog. It reminds me of the Season 1 live finals.
Yeah.
I had them pegged at finishing in last, and they won it all. Same thing today.
They need a bracket or something. Like if there's a bracket and a lot of money on the line, it seems like G2 Esports is going to win. Of course, again, not dropping a single game. They take home $4,000. But the eyeballs of all these teams, their sights are set on one thing right now. And that's the Season 2 Grand Finals for the Rocket League Championship Series, which has just been announced for Amsterdam. We're going to Amsterdam, guys.
Amsterdam, here we go.
Amsterdam.
Amsterdam, I thought it was.
Lance.
I thought
I wasn't sure which one won.
Art put out a poll.
Oh, he did. Okay.
He did, and
so I was going to say
think it
put
was
more polls up.
Amsterdam. Maybe. We'll have to go back.
Amsterdam.
We're getting pretty good at polls here.
We are.
Actually.
Professional.
We've used a lot of polls during the broadcast. And I want to thank you all for participating in the polls. And I have some more really good news. This was just North America. We're coming back tomorrow, and then we have Europe.
Oh, I blew all my props.
We'll have to find more.
Okay, that works. We'll find some plungers.
But Rocket League is just getting started this weekend. Congratulations again to G2 Esports, your champions of North America for the midseason Mayhem. Tomorrow, starting at 9 a.m. Pacific time, 6 p.m. CEST, pretty sure that's true, we have the European teams doing the exact same thing. So just like today, we're going to have you guys vote on the straw polls to decide what mutators are going to be used. We're going to see a lot more Rumble, a lot more fisticuffs perhaps, and of course deciding arenas as well. So that's going to finish up our broadcast for the day. Any final thoughts, guys, before we sign up?
It was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun today, and we got to see pro level play like in Rumble, which is something that you don't really get to see a lot, and it showed how these guys can make amazing plays with the magnet, like as you were saying earlier, like with classics, and then plungers, of course. So.
Yeah, and especially it took Kronovi. Kronovi just played out of his mind.
Yep.
And especially in that last game, he scored all 5 goals for G2. He just stepped up really big today. But I'm just going to say the pressure's on Summit tomorrow. Yeah. G2, they didn't have a win in the regular season play and came in and won it all. I guess now that's going to set up Summit to do the same thing tomorrow.
Awesome stuff. Congrats again to G2 Esports, your champions of the midseason Mayhem. Tomorrow, tune in because we got European action going on with another edition of the midseason Mayhem. Maxwell Toss, Gibbs, James Bob, on behalf of everyone here, thank you so much for watching the Rocket League Championship Series and the midseason Mayhem. See you tomorrow.